Hey everybody. I'm here to talk about chapter 16 today. That's not the right one. Hold on. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about intensive and short-term play therapy. So this is an intervention for maybe a child who needs a little extra help or in a shorter time. So the idea behind intensive play therapy is that you actually just do more sessions, but you don't push the child any faster. So you're sticking with the child-centered model, with the belief that the child has everything inside of them to make the changes that they need on their own time. But you're just doing more sessions per week. So we have to educate people on the fact that people and children don't change as fast as, the apps on our phone. And we live in a fast-paced world, and we look for quick fixes as therapists, but we need to resist that urge. So we can look at condensing the number of sessions per week and increasing the frequency rather than setting a time limit on sessions. If a major trauma has occurred recently, then the sessions could be increased to 5 or 6 times per week. And children can distance themselves from the intensity of the emotions through play while simultaneously processing through the play. They're still not directed or pushed. And in fact, the safety created from that non-direction is what allows the child to process safely. Several variations of intensive play therapy have been used at the Center for Play Therapy at UNT. One unique model has been the scheduling of some carefully selected children for 3 30-minute play therapy sessions each day for 3 days, and 3 30-minute breaks between the sessions for bathroom breaks, snacks, and time in the waiting room. An interesting observation is that the play therapy process for each of these sessions appears to be similar to the process that occurs in once-a-week sessions. So, for example, the process of exploration described by play therapists for a typical 3rd session is similar to what occurs in session 3 of 3 sessions scheduled in a single day. So it may take, 3 weeks for someone to get to a certain point in the playroom, but if they're given 3 30-minute sessions, they can get there as well. And the parents have reported positive behavioral changes for children in these experiences. So research on intensive play therapy. Cott, Landreth, and Giordano used an intensive model of short-term child-centered play therapy in working with children who had witnessed domestic violence and were residing in a domestic violence shelter with their mothers. The 11 children in the experimental group received 12 45-minute individual play therapy sessions, 1 a day in a 2-week period, in addition to shelter services. 11 children in the control group received only the shelter services. Child witnesses in the experimental group demonstrated a significant increase in self-concept, significant reduction in their externalizing behavior problems, and significant reduction in their total behavior problems as compared to the control group. The short-term intensive model fits particularly well with unstable and transient life situations of families residing in domestic violence shelters. So one might assume that if a child has experienced a significant trauma, that they might be impacted positively by the intensive play therapy model. Tyndall, Lind, Landreth, and Giordano in 2001 conducted a comparative analysis of intensive short-term child-centered play therapy and intensive short-term child-centered sibling group play therapy with child witnesses of domestic violence residing in a domestic shelter with their mothers. And the 10 children in the group play therapy group received 12 45-minute sibling group play therapy sessions, 1 a day in a 2-week period, in addition to the shelter services. The comparison group of individual play therapy and the control group were obtained from the 1998 study. Child witnesses in the sibling group play therapy group demonstrated a significant increase in self-concept, a significant decrease in externalizing and internalizing behavior problems, and a decrease in overall behavioral problems, and significant decreases in aggression, anxiety, and depression as compared to the control group. Intensive short-term sibling group play therapy and intensive short-term individual play therapy were found to be equally effective with children who witnessed family violence. So that is just a little bit of information on intensive play therapy. So for some of you who might be wondering, how do I help someone more quickly, or someone with an intense amount of trauma or a variety of things that they want to work on more quickly? The more sessions provided in the intensive play therapy could be the trick. All right, that's all I have. Thanks so much, and have a good one.